Good morning, friends. I won't actually see you live today, but I wanted to record a video so that you can understand your assignment a little bit more today. So here I am in our classroom. Right now it's Tuesday morning, and you're watching this on Wednesday afternoon. You've had a morning of specials, and now you're ready to use your brain a little bit to think like a reader. Today we're going to take, I'm not going to call it a picture walk, because there aren't any pictures, but we're going to take a walk through our new book so that you can kind of make some guesses and some predictions about what this book might be about and get your brain ready to read a little bit today. I have a couple things to ask of you though. So you should have a number on your book. Mine doesn't have a number. And that corresponds to your student number. So that's how we'll know which books we get back after this unit and which ones we don't. I really need you to take good care of this book. So that means I don't want it to get lost. We shouldn't have food or drinks spilled on it. You shouldn't be writing in this book. You can write on sticky notes if you have notes that you need to put inside. But please take care of this. These books go and get used every year for fourth graders. So I really need to trust that you can do that for me. The second thing is that I'm going to ask you not to read ahead. Oops, sorry. My lights go off. My lights go off if I sit too long without moving. So I'm going to ask that you don't read ahead. You stick with us. If you've already started and read ahead a little bit, just stop where you are and go back and reread the things that I ask you to reread today. So, Love That Dog is by Sharon Creech. She's written a lot of really good books. And the first place I like to start when I'm really getting ready to read a new book is the back cover. So this is sometimes called the blurb, and it gives you a little kind of heads up about what might be in this book. This on the back says, Jack, room 105, Miss Stretchberry, September 13th. I don't want to because boys don't write poetry. Girls do. I don't think that's true, but September 21st. I tried, can't do it. Brain's empty. Man, that sounds like a fixed mindset, doesn't it? Not a growth mindset. And then at the bottom here in black, it says, this is the story of Jack, who finds his voice with the help of paper, pencil, teacher, and dog. I notice a few things as I'm looking at this black blurb. First of all, I notice that there are dates and a teacher's name with a room number. And I also notice that the way things are written is not in paragraph form. So that makes me curious about what I'll find inside. When I start flipping through, I notice that in fact, yes, things are organized by date. And when I think about what kinds of things are organized by date, I think about a diary or a journal or something like that. I also notice, look at this. It looks like a poem, My Yellow Dog by Jack, and it's in the shape of a dog. How cute. That's on page 37. Yeah, I see a lot of dates. We're now all the way up to May, June. Oh, that's interesting. All of a sudden it changes and it says some poems used by Miss Stretchberry. And back here, this is at the back of the book. This is like page 87. There's the red wheelbarrow, stopping by woods on a snowy evening, the tiger, dog, the pasture, street music, the apple, love that boy. These are all poems by other people. So it looks like the book's kind of in two parts. The first part looks like a journal or diary, maybe of Jack, maybe with his teacher. And then the second part looks like some poems used by Miss Stretchberry. If that's his teacher, maybe these are poems from his classroom that he's learning about. So I think this has something to do with poetry as well. So your job today is to read pages 1 through 5. Each page has a number. If it doesn't, just you can kind of figure it out. Like this says page 2, so obviously this is page 1. And there's not a lot of text on the page. So page 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is very short. And what I'd like you to do today as you're reading is have a piece of notebook paper or a notebook or sticky notes next to it. And I want you to write down what you notice and what you wonder about what you're reading. So what do you learn about Jack? Do you learn anything? What are you guessing? What are you inferring? An inference is when you take your own background knowledge and you take information from a news source and you put them together to make some good guesses without the book actually saying something specific to you. So I want you to think about what you can guess today and what you can figure out. And then you're going to go to Seesaw, and there's a short little activity in which you're going to share some of that thinking with me. Tomorrow morning, we'll get to discuss what you noticed and wondered about and inferred. So it's really important to me that you keep those notes handy. Okay, that's going to be a big theme as we read, is how we annotate what we read, how we write down and keep the important things in mind. So today is your first day to practice that. All right, friends, I hope you have a great afternoon. I will see you tomorrow, and we'll get going on this book. Enjoy.